Interesting point that I want to bring to you guys' attention. So, typically, when you're dealing with young athletes, historically, when we were younger, younger, and we were coming from whatever form of education we were, whether it's college or school, we would pretty much be exhausted, both mentally and physically, and more so physically for those who are heavily involved in PE. So we were fortunate we got away with it because we were just a little bit more robust. But this generation of kids are made the way we are, and they've probably got a lot more going on. And especially coming off of the pandemic, stress levels are equally elevated. So we're very mindful of how we throw athletes into the session. We first ask them how their day has been. We then ask them how much fluid they've been taking on board. Typically, young athletes aren't fond of drinking water, so I bear all those things in mind. So last week, we had an athlete who came along to the session in our group. She was feeling tired and lethargic, and part of me was like, okay, she's just running too hard in the session, or because we're in this indoor environment, there's a tendency for athletes to get dehydrated because there's limited air. So with that, I then asked Jessica what she had for breakfast. Jessica said that she had a little bit of breakfast, but not much. And then she goes, she's feeling thirsty. So I said to Jessica, when was the last time you drank water? Bearing in mind, it was 11:45 in the morning, leading up to 15 minutes before the afternoon. So Jessica said I hadn't had any water before I went to bed. So she said she went to bed about 9, 10 o'clock. So that's over 13 hours of dehydration coming into a session. So I immediately shut the session down. So I did pretty much said to Jessica, you have to bear in mind, if you're dehydrated and trying to train at this level, you are going to significantly hamper your performance and hurt yourself. So my point to you, I've got photo bombing athletes here. So my point to you is, if you've got athletes that are lethargic, tired, find out what's made them tired, and then make some suggestions on what they can do from that point on. Just a note to coaches to bear that in mind for your athletes.